Hey everyone, and welcome back to Lazy Cat Reactions. This is Burning Down the House. A horse-crazy boy comes to Heartland and quickly bonds with Amy, but his mother has a secret that could change everything for the Fleming family. So, horse-crazy boy, I'm wondering if Marion had a son and gave the son up for adoption. And so that's what this is about. Mother has a secret that can change everything. Or Tim is the father. I have a feeling that since it could change everything for the Fleming family, I'm guessing it means a relation of some sort. I notice it says Fleming family, it doesn't say Bartlett Fleming, although Jack is Fleming family since Marion married Tim. But I mean, it could have said change everything for the Bartlett family, but maybe by saying Bartlett, you would think it's more related to Jack than Tim. I don't know. I'm doing too much speculation. But in the last episode, Amy worked with a paralyzed veteran who used to be a rodeo rider, and she was able to get him to ride his horse again. And so he might be able to go and do para events. She introduced him to a para dressage woman who had won a gold medal. So we might see Bryce again. I'm pretty sure we did see him in an earlier season because he did look familiar when I saw him. Like, okay, I vaguely remember him. And you notice he didn't really talk about what happened with the accident. He mentioned about the line dancing accident, but he was kidding about that. And he did get pissed at Ty, really for no reason, because Ty was being nice and getting in for beers, and then he got all pissed about it. So obviously, Bryce has some issues he needs to work through. And I get it, when someone is paralyzed, they don't want people to cater to them. They want to be able to do it for themselves. They still want to be independent. It makes perfect sense. I wouldn't like someone doing everything for me. Like, I could get it. Like, right now, at the time that this is being filmed, we are cleaning our basement because we're going to have work done. Or I should say my SO is cleaning out the basement because we're going to have work done. I've offered multiple times to help, because I want to help. Granted, I don't know where anything would go or anything. And he said no. I think there's a part of him that wants to do it. But I don't want to appear helpless or anything. Because my attitude is, I'm happy to do it. I'm willing to do it. Just tell me what to do. Just say, okay, put this stuff in that box. Boom, I'll do it. So we want to feel needed. We want to feel useful. We do want to be independent. So I totally get it with Bryce. But at the same time, when people are willing to help you out, you should take it, And for Ty, like getting up and getting the beers, he might have gotten up and gotten it for Caleb anyways, even if Bryce wasn't there. He might have been like, hey, let's grab another. Get it, take the lid off, hand it to Caleb, It was a nice gesture. And Bryce said he was kidding, but he really wasn't. And so if we see him again, hopefully that whole part is done. Also, Lou had false labor, so my guess is the next episode, which will be the finale, will be her having the baby, and hopefully Peter will be back by then. Anyways, let's find out about this boy, which I'm guessing is probably a brother of some sort, or half-brother, but maybe not, maybe something else. Let's get started. Hi, pretty. Oh, beautiful scenery. One thing I love about the show is the cinematography. The horse is coming back? The Mustangs! We're gonna see Ghost. Corral. Barton and Harley. Yes, definitely keep the kitten. Keep the horses too, but definitely keep the kitten. Right? He's like, I don't care. Come on, Janice, attack. Hi.
Jack, reasonable? No, that's not the first word that comes to the mind.
He's so cute. Hi, sweetie. Oh, that's the kid. Yay, he's back! All right, he came back early. I'm impressed.
Oh, yeah, is that right?
You're still on the phone, though.
No, hey, I get it. I understand.
I'm gonna be calling him when he's in the delivery room.
Okay.
It'll be okay, Lou. You guys will figure it out. You always do. Something happens, you figure it out.
Hey, Jack, looking after your dad.
Sure you do. I don't like Janice. I think she's a little too pushy. I don't think she understands, you know. I mean, that's her personality. There's nothing wrong with it, but I don't have to like it.
You made money with us?
Hey, it's a lava lamp. They're cool.
It's an icon of the 60s. He's smiling and understanding.
You always see them in college dorms.
That was all.
Hey, lava lamps are cool. I'd get one set up. I have one in my parents' house. I'd get one set up, but since I have cats, they might not get over. Yep, they have a brother. Yep, I called that. Well, how long until Ty and Amy get back together is my question.
My dad was all around cowboy players in a row.
Boom. I think Amy might be having suspicion.
Oh, Peter, really well. Yeah, maybe he's down. Pretty.
Actually,
I like that Jack likes Peter now. Wow.
Why? Thinking. A minute ago, you were ready to drop a bomb on me.
Well, she kind of did. Like I said, I am not a fan of Janice, and I've said this several times. She just seems too overly pushy. She doesn't really seem accepting of the fact that he has a family. She has to accept it, obviously, but it just doesn't seem like she's that accepting. I'm guessing she probably pushed Tim into this decision. And I called it. Tim's his dad. I said that it might have been an adopted child of Marion, but then I also said, or it could have been Tim, so called it. And Bedford oil might be done, but yeah, it's a new opportunity for Peter, you know, and I like that Jack was like, you can freeload as much as long as you want. And that shows growth for Jack because, of course, he didn't like Peter first because of the whole oil thing. He didn't want to like Peter. But Peter proved himself, you know? Like, I think it went a long way at the end of season 2 when Amy and Ty were trapped overnight when that storm was going on. And he had his people working out to clear the roads and everything. I think even though even though Jack didn't really like him at that point, I do think he definitely respected that he was doing that to help, because he didn't have to. I mean, granted, he was dating Lou, but he could have just sat there on his phone the whole time. But Peter jumped into action. He contacted his guys. He said, get out, get that road clear so that we can go out in the morning. And then he was going to go with Jack. So, you know, Peter has really been a part of the family pretty much since that incident or even before. So, And I think maybe that might have been when Jack started to like him and accept him. So now, of course, he does. And I think he realized that, yeah, Jack might be an oil man, but his motives are good. And you notice they never really brought anything up again about drilling there or anything. Because, you know, they were saying if they found oil, whoever's land it'd be on, they'd make a ton of money. And unless that comes back up in the future, it's like, well, they never really followed through with that, which I kind of wish that they would have, you know. Anyways, let's keep going.
It sounds like a done deal.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that if you're gonna be in the horse racing business, California's the place to be. Janice has a career.
That's right, yeah, it is. Get out of my way, I don't know.
Just think about it.
Now you got Peter and Baby.
I think it was Ricky.
I mean, if you did buy Big River, it's what, an extra
Next time
600
we go,
acres?
I'll hire someone.
You could extend the Dude Ranch. Or get some other business up there. The little kitten. Meowing. So cute. No, the worst would be losing your baby. It's not working.
Okay, we're working fine this morning.
I wonder if I'll ever get an explanation. I mean, maybe she did just want to stay and experience North Italy. You guys will be okay.
So how was it? Italy was awesome. It's the best place I've ever been. That's why you stayed so long. I was just having so much fun. And we met this guy in Tuscany, Marco. He was amazing.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
how about until I find someone else?
I thought you were a manager, not just a waitress.
But it's interviewed, I would like this. Well, when you want to start?
Alright.
Oh no. Oh no. Peter.
Hello?
Peter.
Hello?
Peter.
Hey, yeah. Look, listen, man. Just ask me one second. No, I.
It's the middle of winter. Shouldn't you have a hat and gloves? Just, yeah, say hi to your dad.
Oh,
Meet your dad.
He's winning that bottle? Or buying the bottle?
Meet your dad, Shane.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's in John.
All right, so we have a one night stand. Obviously, she remembers Tim. He doesn't remember her. I think Amy's starting to figure things out. You know, so mentioned, you know, the way the kid was talking about the buckles and everything. So I think things are going on in her head. And, you know, Lou was right that Janice needs to realize that Amy and Lou are supposed to be the most important things in his life, because Janice obviously it feels like she's asserting herself. I don't really think she likes that he has a family. And I'm guessing this bombshell about Shane might be the tipping point, because he's not going to move to California, especially when he realizes that there's another child. And plus it's like, you know, being a grandfather. Now, of course, parents don't always live by their kids or their grandkids. So it does happen. So there is the possibility, yeah, he still might move to California. You know, I mean, it's like it is technically a plane ride away. So he might do that and still come back for major events, you know, for the grandchild, like birthdays and Christmas and graduation and stuff like that. So it could happen, but with 20 minutes left, I wonder when we're gonna find out. Because obviously Shane didn't know Tim, so he hasn't met his father. He just knows he's a rodeo guy. So, kind of interesting. It kind of makes me think about Supernatural when Sam and Dean found out they had a half brother. Now their brother Adam did know their father, because he did show up and would take them out and they would have fun. So in that sense, he did know. I don't remember if Adam knew that he had other sons. I don't remember, it's been so long since I saw that part. But Sam and Dean obviously didn't know they had a half-brother. And of course it was a bit of a bombshell. And then they basically left Adam in hell. So, yeah, it was kind of nice. But, you know, that's the problem with so many of these shows, is you always have the reveal of like another sibling, you know, like a half child, and while it adds, I think, it's also kind of predictable. You know, it's a fairly well-known trope. That what's wrong, Ash? There we go. Oh, I hope that they will be okay.
Look, we really have to wrestle. Come on, please. It's a long drive. You promised.
So you suddenly show up unannounced? What are you doing?
So you must
There's an
remember it now.
article in the Swiss St. John's Times about his former report.
The what? Spit it out.
Because they want science. Oh, essentially astronomers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Shane.
Because he's horse crazy. And apparently driving his truck. How's a kid know how to drive?
Does he even drive?
He's 11 years old. What do you think?
Oh, he's doing all right. I wonder if Peter will become a cowboy. Yeah. Yeah, maybe Peter will become a cowboy.
Found a great pedal just in time.
Sure, we're gonna start you off at 160? Yeah, I can totally do that.
Yeah, hop on.
Give him a bit of time to find himself.
Gets off scot-free without a slap on the wrist.
That was one of his mistakes.
Yeah, the DNA test is the way to go because it will be proved. And like I was saying with Peter, maybe he will end up becoming a cowboy, you know? But Lou's a little worried about him, and I'm thinking he just had something major happen. I mean, yeah, he's about to be a father, and he just basically lost his entire business. Give him a bit of time. You know, he might need some time to adjust to being home, to starting something new, you know? So give him a bit of time. Let him have a bit of time to find himself. Obviously still be there, you know, when the baby comes, he'll be immersed in that. But, you know, give him some time to find his footing, find what he wants to do. You know, he was there lifting weights, and I was like, well, that seems pretty cool. You know, he says that was the last event for the oil. So I wonder if in their office building, maybe there was a little gym where he had that in his office or something. But yeah, it's like, you know, give him a little bit of time, let him kind of figure things out and regroup, and everything will be fine. He does have fun. Oh.
Hey, look where you're going! Good, Ashley. I'm fine.
Bad point. I mean, yeah, you should cut him some slack, but at the same time, he needs to figure things out. You two are a couple, you should be communicating with each other. I do like, though, that he is working out. Like he said, he could go on a bender, take drugs, you know. At least he's using it for something good, like working out. Valid point. Because he decided to be an idiot and just quit when he should have just let it go. That's a pretty fair bet. here's my question. You know, you mentioned that she was dealing cards. Why in the fuck didn't he think about precautions? And why didn't he take them? You know, like, Tim doesn't seem to think. Granted, it was, what they said, 11, 12 years ago, so, you know, he was a different person. Maybe he was doped out of his head. Who knows? You know, he might have been really high on drugs and wasn't thinking about it, and so it didn't occur to him. But I was like, why in the hell wouldn't you have taken precaution? And you would think with her that she would have as well. But obviously not. And so I like how there's still that like 0.01%, you know, it was 99.99. I'm like, so there's still a slight possibility he might not be. But, you know, it's like, all right, so you have a son now. So you have 2 daughters and a son, and you're about to be a grandfather. Okay, cool. So I wonder what will happen with him and Janice. I bet Janice ends it, which is not necessarily a bad thing because, like I said, she's really pushy. Can you go online? I get that he has the circuit plan, but it's also like, can he have the circuit plan in BC?
I never had to go home. His name was in this Al. Oh, just Al. Okay,
Oh, you'll see him again.
you ready? I want you to pick up and bring her into the truck. Alright. Go on.
If she doesn't know, she definitely suspects. I think she knows. So the question is he gonna tell Shane? Is he gonna tell Shane? I thought I saw a picture of Amber Marshall with someone, and it may have been someone named Shane. I don't know. So you would think that they would keep Shane around now that Tim knows. And you know, it's kind of like, it's a hard decision to be in. You know, a hard place, because does he go ahead and tell the kid and disrupt their lives? Or does he continue to let things stay the way they are? Because Shane and his mother are doing well on their own. Granted, Shane lies about, like, his dad is actually there, even though he's not. I think Tim would want to get to know Shane. And I think Shane would want to get to know him. But, again, it's like, is it worth disrupting their lives? And then, of course, the Flemings are going to find out. Now, the next episode says, it talks about Amy and Ty working on their trust issues, but an emergency at Heartland. And I'm thinking that emergency at Heartland is probably going to be Lou's labor. Probably something where she's not going to be able to get to the hospital, and so they're going to have to move her there. And so they're going to work together. And the thing with Peter, you know, when she asked about the crib, he should have answered her. But I like how she just kind of says, let me help, you know, that they, again, team. And he makes a valid point. He says, what do you want me to do? Go off on a bender, do drugs? And I'm thinking, yeah, you know, valid point. I would much rather, if something like that happened and there was that major change, I would much rather he do something like pump iron, you know, work out instead of going off on a bender, you know? And, you know, he says he uses that time to think. So, you know, he could be training, working out, and yeah, that would be a good time. You know, the endorphins are kicking in. He might have a genius idea while it's going. And maybe not. But yeah, I'd much rather he do that too. I'm wondering if maybe Peter's gonna end up kind of becoming a cowboy. I mean, I'm sure Jack could use the help, considering Caleb's only there like a quarter of the time. So Jack could use the help on the ranch. So maybe Peter will end up helping out and doing stuff. Now, obviously Tim is not gonna move to California, but if he was, and he was gonna sell Big River, that would be an opportunity for Lou and Peter to move to Big River. They could move there, they'd have their own house where they can raise the baby. They'd have their own horses. She could still manage the Dude Ranch. They'd have their own farm, their own horses. You know, again, Peter could work on becoming a cowboy. Maybe he could find some business relation having to do with the farm, with the ranch. One episode to go. I'm going to start it here in just a few minutes. Thank you for joining me for the second to last episode of season 4 of Heartland, the penultimate episode, I guess is what they call it. Please hit the like button, subscribe for more content. Follow me on social media. I am on Instagram and TikTok, where you can catch videos of my reactions and other various and sundry things. I would love it if I could have support on Patreon. You will see that there are 4 levels listed with my Patreon page. You can, of course, find me at Lazy Cat Reactions. But I understand money is tight for people right now, especially right now. So if somehow you can't do a monthly subscription, which by signing up on Patreon, you will end up getting other things. I really am not using Patreon right now because I don't have subscribers. But if people do sign up, I would be more than happy to go ahead and start using it more. Giving you guys exclusive content on things, possibly live chats. So, you know, it'd be nice to have some support. So, you know, if you can, check that out. But if you can't, but you would like to do a one-time donation, my Buy Me a Coffee link is listed down below. I'd be more than happy to take anything that would be available. So, you know, if you are willing to throw some money towards Lazy Cat Reactions, but you can't do monthly, which I understand, please try that. And, you know, since it's helping out a business, it should ideally be tax deductible, right? So, you know, if you can, support me on Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Shout out to my editor for all of her hard work on these videos. She does a great job with them. Her link is in the description. Check her out for all your needs. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.